and it is a fight that we must fight together.
Corruption, corruption, now we country out, ain't no good old. Hey, hey. Corruption, corruption, now we country out, ain't no good old. Hey, hey. Corruption, ain't no good old. I say corruption, corruption, ain't no good old. Together we go fight this menace, now we country, eh? Yes, we go work hard for this disease, now we country, eh?
Corruption is not just a governance issue. Corruption is a national security issue.
Corruption, corruption, now we country, oh, ain't no good old.
Fambul, una good afternoon, and so I want for welcome una this Santen to ACCR, where they meet una from this dial where you dey listen to. And today we there for discuss the provisions that were there inside the ACC Amendment Act of 2019. Fambul, Unaki member say sometime back, inside December the 3rd of 2019, the President, His Excellency Julius Maada Bio, be signed into law this ACC Amendment Act of 2019, where then be passed on the Parliament. This act here, Boko people don't describe them as the game changer against the fight for corruption as saloon. But today we dey so for make we can look inside this new Amendment Act, waiting and waiting they inside the waiting they don't add and waiting they don't left behind. Not so all about some portion there. And today with me at the studio, I get two Master Sabi lawyers them from the Anti-Corruption Commission, where they are so for Rob Mott on this topic who they discuss here today. Not forget to the topic now the new Amendment Act of the ACC of 2019. Today we get the coordinator of operations now the Anti-Corruption Commission, where in name na Emmanuel Kwevaya Amara. Do you tell family adu?
Family, good afternoon.
And also we get one of we lead prosecutor of the Anti-Corruption Commission, where in name na Adrian Samuels.
Family, good afternoon.
And me, where they moderate the program, Mina Coman and Siewa Gandhi Williams, and Mina Assistant Information Officer of the Anti-Corruption Commission. Pambulas, I be don't tell you now, and not forget to we get to the Act of 2000, and this one as parts away the Commission sees the need for do certain things that we go make the work go before. We go make the work get more weight. And then we pull certain portions of this act here where they amend, where means they look into them and add some more provisions and pull some. Today I go want to start with you, Kwevaya. Make you give people the background of the Anti-Corruption Amendment Act of 2019.
Yes, Fambolo Nagono say before the close of 2019. The Anti-Corruption Commission, through the Office of the Attorney General and Minister of Justice, been lay a bill in the Parliament with an amendment bill for amend the 2008 Act. And of course, the Parliament of Sierra Leone be actually amend the Act, and now we get the Anti-Corruption Amendment Act of 2019. This act now an amendment to the 2008 Act. The 2008 Act, the Act still Anti-Corruption Commission they operate on, but then this act don't get amended.
Okay.
Now you go agree with me, say, when you use a particular legal instrument for a period of time, now then and only then you go able for test, the workability of that instrument. Every close word can so from Taylor always can appear very fine. But when you wear them, now the you go know whether the sleeve actually do, or in fact, it fit na the hip or it fit na the neck. So since we get the act in 2008, and this 2008 Act, Anti-Corruption Act, it actually repeal and replace the Anti-Corruption Act of 2000 as amended in 2002. You find out, say, haven't been working with this act from 2008 to now. We realize, say, it's a very good act. It's actually, one of the strongest, if not the strongest on the continent. But then we have had challenges. We don't get challenges, you know, in some areas of the Act. So we deem it prudent to say, for enhance the functionality of the Anti-Corruption Commission as an institution in Sierra Leone, we actually make proposals in certain areas for we get an amendment. What the amendment mean? That means to say, then they change them, then vary them, then modify them. You know, that nine amendment. So if you check, a number of sections of the Act gets affected. For instance, we amend section 36, section 37, section 76, section 78, section 85, section 89, and it's a crucial section of the Act, section 89, now engage the Commissioner power for actually prefer indictments, now engage with prosecutorial powers. After, you know, before them pass the 2008 Act, the Anti-Corruption Act in 2008, then we get for amend sections 64 and 66 of the Constitution. You know, that next section, then they give primacy to the Attorney General alone for institute criminal action in Sierra Leone. But then sections that they get amended for actually get section 89 of the Anti-Corruption Act. That means the Attorney General still gets right for institute, for initiate criminal actions, excepting anti-corruption matters that have to do with corruption under the Anti-Corruption Act. So that was how we got section 89. But section 89 itself, even with the operations of under the 2008 Act, you know, we don't see some challenges been there, so we actually push for let them amend them. It has been amended. Section 97 needed to actually be broadened. We don't broaden them. Section 119, we get for do asset declaration. You know, we get some, it's a fine section, but we get some challenges. Instead, we don't actually push them and you don't get amended. Section 122, section 126, 127. Of course, section 128 we get for do with it's an inchoate offense. We get for do conspiracy. Instead, don't get amended. Section 130 don't get amended. So the Act, the 2008 Act don't get really reasonably amended, and now we get the Anti-Corruption Amendment Act of 2019. So if you ask me for give you the background, that was the reason why we actually came to that decision for propose an amendment, and thank God it has been done.
Okay, Fambul, another year from the Master Sabi person himself, you don't tell me say the old Act of 2018 still there, but now sat inside and pool, we then can try for do some adjustment, and we then move in the program now. The law don't widen, the scope don't big of the fight against corruption. Adrian, and this get for deal with offering, soliciting advantage to include accepting, obtaining or receive an advantage. I want for make you tell family about this, waiting the inside the Act about this why so.
Okay, before the Act be amended, as my colleague don't say, we be always get provision the way they deal with offering, soliciting or accepting advantage under section 28 of the Act. We also get 35 where they deal with soliciting, accepting or obtaining advantage for public officer and all. Even the old Act itself, we get section 97 where they deal with presumption of corruption. And that section 97 there, where we look we see say like it not be adequate, and then we do some work on them and we amend them. When we amend them, we repeal and replace them with the section 97, now the Amendment Act, where Mr. Amaya just talked about. And then this, before now, the 2008 Act, we just talk about like people the way, then the where the under the presumption of innocence, presumption of corruption, the accused, Usai we able for proof say the accused be give or accept advantage, then the law be presumed. That means the law be taken and say that advantage the way be accept. Now because of corrupt reason make it be accept them. You not just accept them in good faith. Now because you want for put kukujumukupa and work. Now then they make it be accept them. But then we see say not to just decide no more way than they give and accept no more matter. Like even now, the law don't make them in such a way even if you offer. Like where you offer, where you give the person not ask you, you offer the person, then the law they take and say that offer where you offer the person there alone now because of corrupt reason make you gam.
You offer.
Because you no get no reason for gam, you just come out, you go gam. Now because you want it puts some kind bad business by the work, we not for day or something. And not only offering. If you not the accused person self, you solicit, you ask.
Okay.
The moment where you ask whether the person give you now or you not give you now, we they take and say, the law they take and say, that ask the way you ask alone. Now because of corrupt reason, now then they make you ask.
Okay.
Because if I can deviate a little bit, we get their office then, like them public office then, we get waiting they call service charters, for example, where they tell you if you come for driving license, almost you for pay, exactly. If you come for passport, almost you for pay and all thing. But we get people that we can normally come, then we ask you, say, well, bro, if you allow make them quick for you, or you allow make them fine for you, now for give me this extra money or something. So the moment he ask you, then they, even if you not give himself, he don't get problem under this act because they presume say for corrupt reason, now then they make he ask you.
Okay.
And also, we don't talk about first of all the offering, like where somebody can offer you, you know ask yourself. We don't say himself we presume say now for corrupt reason. Where you accept her now, whether now you ask her or not, the ask now the soliciting, or whether in offer or something. Where you accept her now, the moment you take them. Once you don't hold that money, they take and now say, well, not only money, advantage can be different things there as prescribed in the act. Okay. But for let people they will understand, we'll just use one example now, Lord just say money or something. The moment where that person they owe them, like where you go for the passport, so then it give you extra. You know say you're not supposed to take out anything.
You take them.
The moment you take them.
Okay.
The law they presume say now because of corrupt reason, now then they make you take them. And then now the same with obtain or receive and all the rest of it. As long as you don't take them, you don't get no business. The law not tell you for take them, the service charter clear on them, or the law we deal with clear say you're not supposed to take any, you not get any reasonable excuse for take them, reasonable justification. The moment you take them, or the moment you offer, or the moment you ask for let them give you something for do the work where you supposed for do, then the law they take and say, now because of corruption make you do them. And where you don't do it now, where we don't prefer what we call the indictment. That's not the paper where they take care, you go court, where they explain what you do and how you do them.
Okay.
Yes, where we don't put the charges to you now, that indictment, they now, which are the left and so now, the presumption are that you do them because of corrupt reasons. So now you get the yagba now, for can show people and say, no, I be take this, but now because of so reason, you make a take, I be justified for take them.
Okay.
Sometimes where we can pay, now two we can pay for, but the first one in money not be complete. Now later I bring and come, you can complete them or something. So that kind of way they now, all things don't left to you now, for sure family then the courts and the judge say, no, indeed I be asked for this, or I be take this, but now because of this reason, make I be take them. So now that this 97 they talk about that presumption of corruption.
Okay. All right, family, una do yegi, you will ask, you will want for gi, una all the law will catch you now as the masters and people since they not explain to you. You will the try for beat the system, you don't want to go through the process, you don't want to follow due laws and regulations, you just want to go fast, I think so you get for stop them. Because if you go meet person and say, okay, well, if the person get for pay something like 500 and they say, okay, well, I'll give 700 for the speed everything, you back na trouble for you. Now, something there inside this act way, a bit for say, a very important way the commission don't put in foot on them. Because now one way down there we see say, they able for track things so people them don't do before, like get O's, get property money, the way they're not accountable for. Or we don't know about, but through the asset declaration. Now, the asset declaration, we don't get the Mr. Manato, you know how they talk to, you know, the asset declaration fall under the Amendment Act of 2019, and now we get, you know, before it was all inclusive of government workers for whether you in an agency or MDs for declare your asset. And then this new provision don't talk say there are selected categories and now wait for do we of public officers and now we forget them. I be one for make you tell people them, you know, OSI and OSI the commission don't peg and UDA the commission don't pull and don't bring her inside this new amendment act. We get for deal with the asset declaration part of the ACC.
Thank you very much, Kuma. Section 119 now the column the asset declaration section. You know, then column integrity in public life. Now so them title them. Now one part of the sections then will get amended by the Amendment Act of 2019. Now, you realize in the first place, say, prior to this amendment, when public officers then they declare assets, then they declare assets and we expect, say, there was a provision that if it be a sworn statement, we mean to say JP, we mean to say JP go get for actually sign them, or a notary public if you are declaring away from Sierra Leone, go get for sign them. One thing what we realize in that one day, you know, it actually was giving some problems in the sense that it was a little challenging having assets declared online. Okay. So now subsection 1 of section 119 don't get amended to the extent that now you don't need JP for sign your asset form anymore. Okay. So once you do your asset declaration form, you fill them, you sign them, definitely it is deemed to have been signed and deemed to have been submitted pursuant to the Anti-Corruption Act as amended in 2019. Okay. In the sense that if you now declare online, and of course we encourage people to declare online, go to a website, you go see the site where they say asset declaration. If you actually go there and follow the fields, you go for declare. Once you actually declare, you don't need now for print them out again and get Notary Public for notarize them if we are abroad. Okay. If you just alone, you don't need for actually print them out and go get GP for sign them anymore. Just submit them. Once you submit them, it automatically generates a kind of number where a unique number where now you're going to use for actually go now and update you as a declaration form online. Okay. But that's one area we don't get amended. Another area under section 119 we don't get amended now the category of persons them we required for actually declare assets. However, you go realize say, section the 2018 Anti-Corruption Act, section 119 gets subsections onto subsection 15. Now there is an additional section, although they don't pull one subsection when are subsection 2, but then there is an additional section now after subsection 15, we get subsection 16, where they talk say the commissioner, they give the commissioner right for actually by statutory instrument, when they say statutory instrument, that means you make them go lay before parliament, and once it done 21 days, nobody debates them, definitely deemed to have been passed. Okay. By statutory instrument, the commissioner will determine which category of people and go, then go declare assets. And of course, section 140 also of the Anti-Corruption Act 2008 make provision for the making of statutory instruments by the commissioner. So the commission, we don't do a statutory instrument, it don't lay before parliament and it has matured. It don't pass 21 days, it don't pass long time. In fact, I've been just online with the Honorable Clerk of Parliament very shortly for let go give you a certificate where we don't almost ready. But now for them categories, then they under this particular statutory instrument where the commissioner will get laid before parliament we don't pass, you get a particular category where they declare assets. But before I go to the categories again, I remind Fambulem say, now like how they declare assets every year, now not to every year. Where you declare assets this year, they declare assets next year, and a year after next year they declare them. And they declare them before the 31st of March, every 2 years. If they don't take you in a walk, like they're taking a walk after even March, 3 months from when they're taking a walk, you for declare your asset. And from that time now, every 2 years, if the year fall, say for instance, they're taking a walk this year, 2020, 2021, you need to declare asset. But 2022, before the 31st of March, on or before the 31st of March, if you don't declare your assets. So now, biannually now. The categories of people who are supposed to declare asset now, we don't say, for that asset declaration actually gets a meaning. Because it must be a real source of investigation. It will be a source for actually test and monitor the lifestyle of public officers. It must be a source for actually determine or gauge the level of integrity of people in public office. So now, in the wisdom of the team where we see them, the HRMO, the PSC, the anti-corruption staff, and other stakeholders, now this one, the act don't get passed, and it is agreed that the one that we could actually declare asset now, one, public officers or civil servants from grade 7 upwards.
Okay.
Now they could declare assets.
Okay.
However, if a public servant or if a public servant or a civil servant, a public officer, a public servant or a civil servant, because public servant, civil servant, they are all public officers.
Okay.
So for want of time, they use public officer.
Okay.
If public officer they below grade 7, but it be to say in a person where actually they collect revenue, in a person where like finance person,
okay.
in a person where procurement side, in a person where they take decision, where actually they inform it inform policy position, then them person and they although they below grade 7, they will still go be required for declare assets.
Okay.
The other set of people for declare asset now the one them we get within elected offices. So anybody when they elect an office, they for declare assets,
okay.
including councillors. Well, of course, because they're elected office and that's the law.
Okay.
They for declare assets. You realize the other one the way for declare assets, you find out public. Then people don't ask these questions, and the questions was asked many times. Because it was happening somewhere in West Africa. If people learn thief now, the one the way they up the thief, then they get the one the way they don't for keep. Well, because of that consideration, now make you find out in the category of people who for declare assets, although the one the way they below grade 7, if you below grade 7 and you don't get nothing for do with money business, to finance officer, to procurement officer, okay. They collect revenue, go declare. However, the moment you become a subject of investigation, you'll be required to declare your assets.
Okay. Well, Fambul, I don't hear you. One thing the way people they take for make excuses that JP side.
Well, you don't need JP.
And then they say the JP they not get a fixed price. Now you not get for JP.
You don't need JP.
You not get for JP and the you not get for Sina and they go hold you up so you don't get 30 because they get various prices. And also there is a time you have 3 months. You see, in as much as people they look at Anti-Corruption Commission as if say we not get interest, but we have it. Now we don't save you for another JP. We don't also give you a time of 3 months, so you don't know how to go about it. You know, for say if they elect you in an office or you get a new job within the space of 3 months, you for declare your asset as a public servant. And we still on the asset declaration. I come to you, Adrian. Okay. We did now on the side, for the public officials them for make the exit declaration, where I believe for say not be there in the first. I don't know. Be there. Okay. Well now, okay. Now you get a timeline. Before I think say it was after, right? You don't left. But now you get a time of 3 months or more. But you can't talk more on that day. Say for me, then you rub more on the exit declaration. First of all, I want to make you would tell family waiting exit declaration mean. May they know first, and then you would tell them the time bound towards that way you go do them.
Okay. Waiting exit declaration mean? It means say where you left for work, where you stop for be public officer. Then you for able for tell we all waiting are you asset, you liability and all thing. You dey declare you give it. You dey make we know that now where you stop for work. Some man now they choose for retire, some man they resign, some man they retire, some man they resign and all thing. But the moment where you left for work, once you not be public officer, you need for make a declaration of your assets and liabilities and all thing like how Mr. Amado explained. You need for put down the down in writing for let we know say where you left work. Now this now you be get as assets. Now this now be liability you debt them and waiting. Yes, and it be there. Sorry, now the 2008 Act, and it be there under section 119 subsection 3. But under the part there, it be say where you left. Like today, the 29th of January 2020.
Yeah, 2020.
Where you left work on the anniversary, that's like 1 year after where you don't left so. Now you for declare waiting are your assets and your liabilities and all things.
Okay.
Yes. It's on the anniversary of the date where you cease for being the public officer. So today where you left for work, next year now you dey declare. Now then they be the happen today.
Okay.
But then now, where this new this amendment don't happen, it don't change that period there now.
Okay.
Now, that long time they not there.
Now 1 year period and give so.
Exactly.
Okay.
Now it don't be cut short by subsection 3 of the same section 119 as amended.
Okay.
But this one now don't say not later than 3 months
Right.
from the date where you left for work, where you tap for the public officer. What that they mean is you can tap today. Some Monday where the life program all thing all right. You know all in debts there, you know all in gentry them and all thing. So if you left today, you able to write all thing. You say I don't left this work, look all thing, I don't give now, including me declaration.
Exit declaration.
Yes, me exit declaration, me assets and liability and all thing. You don't get no problem.
Okay.
That is even good. So where you dey go, you know, so where you don't left, you left all together. You not left nothing behind. But if you not do on that day, it means say you get, if you left like today, so this is January, you get 29th. This February you get 29 because a leap year.
Yeah.
29th of February, 1 month. 2 months, March. Then April 29. So from now till that 10 days, April 29, you can able give. If you know able give the day you dey left, but as long as in not past 3 months after the day where you tap for be public officer, then you can able for declare your assets and liability. Now that the law expect. But then again, the same act say, the same provision under the act, it say the commissioner can able extend that period day for you in writing. So the commissioner can able make like sometimes you able declare. You get some extension of 30 days after the expiration date. So for example, if you left today, the expiration date could be 29th of April, right? Yeah. So like the commissioner can able write, give time, say like 30 days.
I did.
Yes, for let you able
That's
for declare.
So necessary form.
Exactly. If you see say one thing or another that prevents you for let you not able for do or something, then it can able give you that time day. But if you not give that time day, you're not supposed for.
So you have to keep within the 3 months period.
3 months, exactly.
Well, all this boil down, you know, if you declare your asset, that means you records are state. So when you ready for left now, because when you don't declare, you know, you just go for the follow-up. If you add, you write, yes, exactly. So if it's in all dynamic, we say, you know, it's all a guide, guide rather. So when you're ready for left, you know, can begin to go at A, they go because you have everything. You go just go there and try for Packham and give. Now it was a period of 1 year, then be the give. Now it's a period of 3 months. So within where you know for say you tell them don't they reach for left government office or for give government property back or something, you know say you get for make the exit declaration where you go down they prepare. And we still lay on the asset declaration. Now in the new Amendment Act of 2019, we know for say punishments don't include in the asset declaration process, because before it was like people were not that much. Now something don't tie you down where you not do government the commission get punishments within the give. And one of them punishments and then a non-payment of salary. However, I want to make you tell family them why make the commission decide for doing so this time around.
Well, you know, asset declaration not to favor.
Okay.
If you're in a public office, you actually get to be accountable to the people, to the office, well, but especially to the people. You're not in a public office, then you live a flamboyant life, then you're not able to account to the people. I am not saying it is wrong to live a flamboyant life. Some people work extra hard. Some people will come on at the offices, then they go sit down all night, they do what they do, then establish other businesses. As long as it is within the law, fine. You can live any kind of life where you want to live. Okay. But the thing where we say, as you know, an anti-corruption outfit is the fact that you must actually be able to satisfactorily explain your lifestyle and your earnings, your what you get to the people of Sierra Leone through an asset declaration. Okay. At least this anti-corruption commission is an institution that that holds people to task in that regard. So now, before now, before the amendment, we realize say